Hi, welcome back to Nancy's Kitchen. So today I'm going to be experimenting with something I've wanted to do for a while. I'm using beef gelatin powder that I discovered that we had at our local Walmart. I'm going to make some Jello. I got these cute little jars from Amazon that I will put in my Amazon store when I set that up this afternoon. But I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of this. And I've got, I just, off the Google, pulled a recipe. Feel free to do your own research. 4 cups of juice. I'm using 1 cup of tart cherry juice, which has a lot of health benefits. And I'm using 3 cups of black cherry juice, which is more known for its sweetness. So what I did was did 1 cup of tart cherry juice in here, filled it up to the 3 1/4 line with black cherry juice, put 3/4 of a cup in this separate so that I didn't have to try to figure out, pour a little bit and do all the juggling when I have multiple what the hell? It went dead. Well, that sucks. Excuse me. One woman show here. My screen mirror went dead. Wanted to make sure I was still recording. We are. So again, 2 tablespoons of beef gelatin powder. It's 100% bovine gelatin, unflavored. So it's keto and paleo friendly, RBHG free, grass-fed, non-GMO. That's why once I realized we had this, I wanted to use it. So I'm going to take this 3/4 of a cup of black cherry juice, and I'm going to pour that into the bowl with my gelatin. I'm going to take a little wire whip and whisk that around a little bit. Now, off the Google, the recipe said to heat this in a saucepan, so that's what I'm going to do. And I don't want to boil it. I just want to bring it up to a good simmer. So this spoon is here because I used it to taste it. The 1 cup of tart cherry juice and the 3 cups of black cherry juice was a great sweetness for me. If you wanted to sweeten it, you could. I like the flavor of cherry, but I don't want the red dye number 40, 50, whatever it is anymore. I do make red Kool-Aid sometimes. I wish that I could order undyed cherry Kool-Aid because that's my favorite. So, but I'm going to make cherry Jello out of the black cherry juice with a cup of tart cherry juice that, Google it, it has lots of health benefits. So this needs to bloom for about 5 minutes. Simultaneously, that should heat up in about 5 minutes or so. I did not have this juice in the refrigerator. It was just off the shelf. So yeah, we're just going to wait for this to bloom and this to heat up. Now I am going to get a bigger bowl. To pour from. Actually, I'm going to use my little batter bowl because it is 4 cups. So I should have used it for my blooming, but It's all good, right? It's just another dish to wash. This is real life. You must wash dishes. It's just a fact of life. If you want good food, you wash dishes. You can use disposable dishes. Not my favorite. I've had that moment, but hey, oh, sorry, I hit the mic. Hey, you deserve to eat on china. Your dishes, your real dishes. It takes 5 minutes to wash dishes after you eat on it. Don't make it so complicated that everything has to be disposable. But hey, if you live that busy of a life where you want disposable, I'm not judging. I won't eat on disposable anymore. Maybe at a holiday where I've done so much work cooking that I just absolutely don't want to have to deal with the dishwasher. But ultimately, that's what the dishwasher is for. I make my own dishwasher tabs. If all our kids are grown, they now clean off their dishes and put them in the dishwasher. Even when they were younger, their kids are getting big enough where they can do that as well and help. It's not that big of a deal. You deserve to eat on real dishes. You are worth it. Don't save it for some special occasion. I'm actually the opposite. On a special occasion, I might use poinsettia plates for Christmas or Thanksgiving, be thankful plates for Thanksgiving. Probably the reason why I do that is I get the platter ones because, I don't like my food to touch. So it gives me more room to spread my food out, if I'm being honest. So this is my second series on my channel. Just some housekeeping things. This is real life. This is my house. I have dogs that are over here to the left in the gated living room. So you may hear them. My cat thinks the world has come to an end and he will be starving any moment now because I have not given him his canned food today. So he is swirling around my feet trying to force me to do his duties, feed him, because it is getting perilous. He might starve to death. His peasant does not cooperate with him very often. I should recognize his royalty at a higher level, but it is what it is. He's dealing with the Leo. I have my own catitude, so there we go. I'm going to see where we are. My spatula is red, so I don't have to worry about the juice staining. Oop, I turned it the opposite way. And normally I would just stick my finger in this, but I'm going to be nice for y'all. One of the things that I would do, that was my husband cussing in the background. I would just stick my finger in it to see if it was warm enough myself. Obviously, some people won't do that because it's hot. Other people won't do it because they're germaphobes. I'm not a germaphobe. I take all the necessary precautions with food safety for my clients, but for myself, I have a 30-second rule. Stick my finger in hot things like that. Juice, I'm not too worried about it. It was up to 102 degrees. Not going to let it go much longer. That's plenty enough to dissolve some gelatin. I don't always follow the rules when it comes to cooking. Sometimes that works out for me. Most of the time it works out for me. Sometimes it doesn't. But that's why I enjoy it. Now, baking, you can't necessarily break the rules with baking. There's only so much leeway with baking. Oh, it's hurry setup. That's cool. I've never done this before. So it made jelly. It's thick. So it made jelly. That's cool. When I make my own jelly, I just use lemon juice and, sugar boiled on the stove with my fruit to achieve the same jelly-like texture. So I've never used gelatin before in this sense. Now, when I was little, we had a plum tree, and we made plum jelly because one year the tree just massively produced, and my mom made plum jelly or jam. I think it's jelly, and used pectin in that. But I don't generally use the extra ingredient. So that's why I wanted to try this beef gelatin. So on my table that you were sitting on, I have these cute little jars that I got from Amazon. You had the choice. Some were where it had the ring and the lid and the ring, whatever that's called. But I knew what I wanted to use them for. I'm also going to show you how to make pudding, and I wanted it to be one piece because I wasn't canning it. That's more what the lid and rings are for. So I'm going to try to not make a mess and pour these into this. Ooh, I'm making a mess. Into the jars. What did I tell you before? If I'm not making a mess, it's not going to taste good, right? So this is going to be pretty good. So I'm just filling them up to this underline. You could probably go a little bit higher. And I'm going to let these sit in the refrigerator for, per the Google, 2 to 4 hours till they're chilled. And we'll have black cherry Jello. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I'll try to get to them. Otherwise, thank you for joining me for this issue of Nancy's Kitchen. Have a great day. Move.